Marjorie Taylor Greene is getting her final revenge against Donald Trump as the GOP is revolting against Donald Trump. Republicans are shutting down the House and the Senate until at least early June instead of advancing Donald Trump's agenda, which they see as solely focused on enriching Donald Trump and attacking Republicans. Now, Republicans are siding with Marjorie Taylor Greene over Donald Trump. And Marjorie Taylor Greene went on, of all places, Alex Jones, to attack Donald Trump's health, to talk about how he's cognitively and physically deteriorating, talking about how weak and pathetic of an individual he is. Watch what Marjorie Taylor Greene says about Donald Trump's declining health. Play this clip.
But my point is that, my grandfather was the man he was before. I don't see that last year as my grandfather. I think it's the same thing with Trump. Whatever it is, his brain's fried.
Yeah, this is a sad thing that happens to people as they age into their final years. And I'm no medical expert or doctor, but that could be what's going on. Unfortunately, they would lie to us, and they'll tell us he's in perfect health. Although we know for a fact that someone that never sleeps or sleeps 3 to 4 to 5 hours a night, well, that's the unhealthiest thing you can do, especially as you're approaching 80 years old.
Well, he has ankles. He has ankles as big as my thighs. Yeah. And I've had friends and family that had congestive heart failure, and their ankles weren't a third that size. They're this big. I mean, that makes heart failure.
Yeah, and his legs are very weak, which is a significant sign of problems. Yeah. No, there's clearly signs of problems, and if anyone's refusing to talk about it or denying it, they're just not living in reality. I don't know what's happening with Donald Trump. I don't know what he'll do in the future, but this is not the same man that we supported, Alex. We know that. This is not the man that I campaigned with and fought for 4 years going into 2024. And if he had been like this, I would have never fought for him. Never. He would have never had my support. So the man I supported, I don't recognize. I don't. And most people don't. And I agree.
And you are.
Then Marjorie Taylor Greene had a message for MAGA Mike Johnson about what a pathetic coward he is and how pathetic and cowardly he and Donald Trump behave. Play this clip.
And so I said, you know what? I know what this is. I know exactly who these people are. I know that Republicans are absolutely worthless in the House of Representatives. I know the speaker is the speaker's a feckless coward. And I see the direction that this administration is going. It's not America first. It's America last. And it's strictly for as much money as they can possibly make. And they're defending and protecting the Epstein class. So for me, I said, I'm not going to go through this. I've done everything I can. I know what the outcome will be.
Next, Marjorie Taylor Greene talks about how all Donald Trump does is lie. She says she personally observed him lie all the time. She says he surrounds himself with people who lie to him. He lies to people around him. He lies to the American public. It's just all lies with Donald Trump. Play this clip.
Do you think he's lying to himself, or is he delusional, or does he know he's lying?
I think it's both. I think that his staff lies to him and shows him the rosy side, and here's the polls, and everyone supports you and loves you, President Trump. That's a complete and total lie. But I also know that man, and I've seen him lie publicly. He lies publicly because he controls the messaging. So Donald Trump knows one thing. If he will say it, and whatever he says, he wants to make it truth. So he will repeat it over and over and over and over again in order to make it truth, whether it's real or not. And it can be a complete and total lie.
I looked it up. He said that we've won the Iran war and regime change 38 times.
Yeah. And yet we're still in this war after we've won it 38 times and after we completely wiped out their nuclear program. It's absurd, and everyone knows it. And people don't even know why we're in this war in the first place. You ask the average American, why did we go to war with Iran? Most of them go, I don't know.
What about his statements, totally obliterated back in June, Midnight Hammer, now totally obliterated now, but we got to get it. And then he says, and then, I know you got to go, but this is so insane because he gets worse and worse. He says a month ago, I don't care about Medicare and Medicaid. Then he says last week, I don't care about the average American's economic plight. I don't even think about it. Then he says, oh, you're paying more for gas. That's peanuts. That was 2 days ago. I mean, you couldn't come up with statements that would lose the midterms better. What the hell is going on here?
Yeah, he's flat out telling people the truth. And then we've got, sadly, there's a lot of Americans that refuse to believe the truth when they're hearing it from him. And not only is he saying he doesn't care about your economic situation, not only is he saying he doesn't care about Medicare and Medicaid, but the results are there. Gas is over $4.50 a gallon. Beef is higher than minimum wage.
Ever been.
Inflation continues to rise. Like it's all actually real. People are feeling it every time they go to pay for anything. And so for any American that or MAGA patriot or someone that, you know, is terrified to be called a panikin, for them to sit there and remain loyal to a man that flat out tells you on television he does not care about you, and you're feeling it with your wallet, how you can be blinded, I have no idea. I can't make excuses.
Next, Marjorie Taylor Greene says that she feels good now because she is free. She's free of Donald Trump at last. Let's play this clip.
Are you more alive, more empowered than you've ever been? And would you do anything different now?
Absolutely. No, Alex, I feel that way because I'm free. I'm free. I'm free in my soul. I'm free in my mind. I'm free with my speech.
Then Marjorie Taylor Greene has a warning about the 2020 elections. She says that she's concerned that Donald Trump is going to use never-ending wars with Netanyahu in the Middle East as a way for him to remain in power for the foreseeable future. She says that this is a warning that should be taken very seriously and that Donald Trump believes that he can use the war to never give up power. Here's what she has to say. Play this clip.
Because they were at war. That's why elections had been canceled. And President Trump turned to him and he said, wait a minute. You mean if there's a war going on, you can't have elections? And he said it jokingly, but at the same time, knowing President Trump, I looked at that and I thought, I don't know if he's saying it joking, but I don't know if he's joking.
In fact, this is live, but we're going to cut this out and put it on X and Rumble and everywhere else. I remember that clip, and that's what people do. That's what psychos do, but others, their humor is them actually flaunting it and telling you, like, wanting to have, marry his daughter or have sex with his daughter, and now he's covered for Epstein. I mean, I think it's right there. Absolutely. He's like, 'cause I remember the clip. He goes, wait. I just got a big idea. I can get into war. Well, he just said yesterday, he said, I may be here in 2028. I may just stay. I may be the Israeli prime minister. What about that?
Well, that's so that type of behavior is someone planning an idea over and over and over again. He constantly says it so that he can normalize the idea and test the support and test people's reactions. But saying it over and over and over again normalizes the idea. And I think it's incredibly dangerous. And no one should ever accept it. Absolutely. Absolutely not. There cannot be a third term. No, that's against our laws. That's against the Constitution. There is no third term.
Yeah,
and if this country is at war, no, our elections should not be canceled.
Now, notably, while Marjorie Taylor Greene was giving that interview, you had Candace Owens, who was also ultra MAGA, interviewing Hunter Biden. Let me repeat that. Candace Owens, a massive Trumper, ultra MAGA, interviewing Hunter Biden while Marjorie Taylor Greene was saying everything that I just shared with you. And here, Candace Owens and Hunter Biden agree that the level of corruption by the Trump regime, by the Trump family, is actually staggering. Here, play this clip.
About her that anybody is it, but like, this isn't right. This, what we're witnessing right now, is not right.
Mm-hmm.
The level of corruption, the obfuscation, the I mean, whether it's Butler or Charlie or
Butler makes no sense.
These things that it's just not right. And I mean, it's so glaringly not right. It's almost as if they're just saying,
F
like,
you.
F you.
They're not even
I don't
trying.
care.
We don't even get good psyops anymore. And that's what I keep saying. I'm like, it's so disrespectful that we're not even getting good psyops anymore. Like we're supposed to believe he survived 4 assassination attempts, the first president that's ever survived 4 assassination attempts.
Yeah.
They lie to us about things, they make a big deal, and then they make it want to, it's going to go away. They're going to keep pretending and telling us that this is a totally normal grieving widow. Okay. No one's buying that. Like that something's just not right here. Everyone can see that this is not how you would react to your husband being shot. And this sort of just, I'm fine. And like 2 weeks later, I fully accept the narrative. I have no interest in anything else. It's over. Let's close it. I forgive him. Let's move on. You're asking us to abandon our common sense and our humanity is what you're asking us to do. And that kind of seems like where we're at. Like they're insisting on this. And
Then you had Hunter Biden and Candace Owens finding common ground on Gaza. Play this clip.
Need to stop the wholesale murder of a population in Gaza. Whatever you think about my father's policy as it relates, I always say to people, you know, one thing he didn't do, he didn't greenlight to turn Gaza into a Trump golf course. With the maitre d' being Jared Kushner with $4 billion in Saudi money.
It's despicable.
Despicable.
Yeah. It's just like they did the deal before. I mean, when he posted that, I'll never forget that, posted the Trump, like, here's what Gaza could be, and like I could have my name in a building, and I was like,
but literally that's what they're doing.
This is dead children. Like, you're literally saying this is all going to be fine because we're going to get up a Trump resort or something. Positively despicable. I mean, just positively despicable, tasteless, indefensible. And
it's not a joke, though, is my point.
Jared, it wasn't a joke, and that is the deal.
And that's what they're doing, literally doing. And by the way, they're doing it out in the open.
And then finally, you had Candace Owens like apologizing to Hunter Biden for mocking him when he was suffering from drug addiction. And she says, I was using a character of you versus recognizing that you were somebody with addiction who was actually suffering from a real problem, a health problem. And she said that she's sorry to him. I mean, just think about what's going on right now in American politics, in our country right now. This is wild to see. Here, play this clip.
I feel like I have to say, like, I'm really sorry that I contributed to that. Like, I just feel really shitty. Like, I feel guilty because, like, hearing you talk about, I mean, basically having the worst moments of your life. Like, I always speak about on my show how a lot of these kids growing up aren't going to even know what it was like before social media, where you could just make a mistake and like have that be over, and you got to grow up. And now it's like they're digging and they're finding people's tweets from when they're 17. They're an idiot. They wrote the N-word once and they like want to hang them when they're 40. And I just saw you as a caricature, and it was definitely, like I said, like feeling gaslit by the political machine, convinced that it was just the left that partook in this political machine. And I just like really want to say, like, genuinely, like, I'm so sorry that I just didn't even consider he's a crackhead. And like, like that's actually a very relatable thing. And he shouldn't be, like, to have that is just unbelievable to consider every worst thing you've ever done.
I am, like I told you before we started, I cry very easily.
Marjorie Taylor Greene then posted the following messages. We fought to hold the rapists, pedophiles, and elites accountable, and Trump fought us instead and protected them. She said, if you send the U.S. military troops into Iran, there's going to be a political revolution in America. We are done. We said no more foreign wars, and we mean it. This coalition will unite and be unstoppable. I'll make sure of it. End this war. It's stupid. She then said yesterday, today the U.S. national debt surpassed $39 trillion. Inflation is rising. Gas is over $4.50, and we are in another foreign war. Nothing changed. Literally nothing. And she said that the demise of herself and Thomas Massie was that they released the Epstein files. She goes, releasing the Epstein files was our demise, but it was worth every single bit because now everyone knows the truth. You are ruled by the Epstein class that cares nothing about you and your elected leaders, bought and controlled by a foreign lobby. Tonight, the future of the Republican Party was destroyed. The real America First movement will rise, led by the younger generations who hate the old guard with an unquenchable passion. Let us pray that we have a country left by the time these creatures are gone, referring to Trump and his regime as creatures. Pretty remarkable stuff, I think we just shared there. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Thanks everybody for watching.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MidasPlus.com.